Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 15 or 16, can't remember, of Spearhead Sundays. I hope you're having a shit one. Hey, how was your week? Did you have a good week? Did you get into a fight with your boss? Did you want to get into a fight with your boss? Did he tell you to do something really mundane and you're like, you know what? I don't need this fucking job. I don't need to be here, okay? I've got $20 in my pocket. I could live off, I reckon if I walked out right now, if I quit, spat in my boss's face, said, you know what, mate, fuck you, fuck this job. I got $20 in my pocket. I got another $10 in the bank. I could live for 2 weeks on the street, you know? $30 will get you a really long time, you know? You live off rice crackers and water, do a bit of begging, you know? I don't need this shit. Did you think that? Well, I hope you did, but I hope you pussied out and didn't actually quit your job, like I always used to. Today we got a good podcast. I sit down with Neel Kolhatkar. I actually recorded this last month during the comedy festival, so a lot of the shit that we're talking about is fucking old hat. But if you want to catch some shit that Neel is up to, you can Google Neel Kolhatkar Gig Guide, and that will come up with a list of everywhere he's performing. He's got like 3 shows coming up or 3 tours. I don't know, I'm not him. He's going to New Zealand and then a few other states. If you are not there, or if you are a cheap cunt, he has released a free comedy special on his YouTube channel. He's got a whole bunch of short films there as well that are pretty good too. So check them out. Go see him. And if you've only got $20 in your pocket and you have to see one show, come see me instead. I'm performing next week in Adelaide. Next weekend, yeah. I do Adelaide on Friday night and then I do Perth. The tickets are on loosespears.com/gigs. Heads up, Adelaide people, there's only 8 seats left. So if you want a seat, you better fucking book it before it sells the fuck out. And then Perth has like 30 seats left. So they're selling pretty quick too. And then the weekend after that, so 2 weeks from now, I'm performing in Brisbane and then Sydney. Sydney is the biggest show I've ever done in my career, so come along and see that. It's at Giant Dwarf Theatre. It's a theatre owned by the Chasers, so you might see some familiar faces. And fuck that rhymed, I might become a rapper. So yeah, if you enjoyed the chat, make sure you go and see some of Neel's shit, go and see a show, watch his special, do whatever you like with him. And if you want to see more podcast stuff and more chats and you want to keep everything that I do free, support me on Patreon, you cheap cunt. But up to you, whatever you want to do. Enjoy the chat and have a shit one. Welcome, Neel, to Spearhead Sundays, episode, I don't know, because it's going to be released fucking a month from now. I don't know why I started with that.
That's all good, man. Thank you very much for having me.
No dramas. So this
Spearhead Sundays.
Yeah, that's it. What a fucking name. So this is the internet superstar, Neel Kolhatkar, the supreme YouTuber.
with the other internet superstar, Lewis Spears.
I hate that. Do you hate that the internet label?
Man, yeah. No, I've told you about this. We both hate it.
Yeah,
although
it's not good.
I did introduce you.
Yeah, fucking, we did a gig together at World Bar in Sydney.
Just because that you were like, oh, just don't introduce me as this. Don't introduce me as
because
this.
It gives
the first thing I did was like, internet star Lewis Spears.
And I was like, I was like, I'm gonna punch him on the stage. I went up to you. I'm like, hey Neel, definitely don't say internet superstar. First thing you do, you've seen him online. He's a fucking superstar. And then there's like 30-year-old people who are like, bro, I don't even know what the internet is.
Oh man.
But I think like especially on stand-up things, when the MC says he's an internet superstar, people
so condescending.
It's people like, on the internet.
He's an internet star. He's not a real star.
Yeah,
but he's got a few of the YouTube followers. Yeah. I always do this joke that's like apparently I'm an internet sensation.
Yeah.
I'm like the 12,000th ranked YouTuber in the world. Like what a low standard of sensationalism. Like in no other profession is the 12,000th ranked person a sensation.
Yeah.
Like, well, this is John. He's the 3rd choice goalkeeper for the South Melbourne Crocodiles. Football sensation right here. Yeah. No, okay.
That's fucking great.
It's such a bad term, man. It's just a term like I feel like morning TV shows will use to like describe people with like a few
lonely
followers.
Housewives that haven't been fucked for a while.
Oh, the internet. That sounds interesting. Yeah,
that's a new thing.
My husband doesn't please me. I've got to find some entertainment somewhere.
Yeah, I got my one is Yeah, apparently I'm an internet sensation. I've got 150,000 fans, and sometimes I'll get an applause, and I'll be like, I don't know what the fuck that means, because clearly none of them are here.
Yeah.
Because everyone just
I
be
know,
like,
right?
oh, I haven't seen you.
Yeah, I know, because you've got a niche audience, so
Yeah.
chances are, if you're doing a gig, there might be one or two people that know you, but, you know, if it's a TV star, it's like, hey, you've seen him on TV, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, whereas like, oh, you've seen him on YouTube. No, we haven't.
Yeah, because
not.
even if you haven't seen someone on television, you say television like, oh, there's some quality control there. There's some form of like a guy saying yes, put him on TV. But YouTube, so if someone goes YouTube, that's like going, oh, he's uploaded photos to Facebook. I mean, like anyone can do it.
Yeah, it's no standard of like, there's no reflection of how actually good this person is whatsoever.
Yeah, and I feel like when they say that on stand-up, everyone goes, oh yeah, well let's see if this cunt's funny in real life.
Exactly, yeah, so it just unnecessarily, you know, pushes the expectation up.
Yeah. But so would you rather be known as a stand-up though?
Just comedian, man. I prefer comedian. I think what I do on YouTube is actually, other than the stand-up that I post there, is, well, yeah, it is very comedic, but it's acting. Like, I don't know why people don't just say he's an actor / comedian. Yeah. And YouTube and the internet is just the medium. You know? Yeah, because it's just the platform.
Like, I feel like with Lou Review, that could exist almost anywhere. Like, I feel like I could turn Lou Review into a show. Like, obviously, I'd have more than a $2 budget for it. But, like, I feel like you wouldn't call someone with a TV show a televisioner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I mean, sometimes you say TV star, but I mean, it's a bit different. I feel like YouTube star is very condescending for me. This is funny, isn't it? Yeah. It's like we're the oppressed class, and we're like fighting back. We're like, I know. There's gonna be a hashtag like no to internet star.
Yeah. It's like
it's really offensive to call people with an internet fan base internet stars. They don't like it.
It should be like the word nigger. Only we can call each other.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
What's up, my YouTuber?
Yeah, that's so good. As soon as someone else does it, that's
you'll
really
be like, bro,
offensive.
You can't fucking say that.
Can't say that, man. You can't call me a YouTuber.
Were you a YouTuber?
Yeah.
No. Oh, you made one video. Oh, okay.
We've got ownership over the word now.
Yeah. That's it. That's a new thing. Starting now. Yeah. No,
I also get it that like you got to play that card because the mainstream media is they're so old. They're just so dumb. Like, you got to play that internet card because that's all they see you as.
Well, it's almost
the big wide world of the internet.
Yeah. Well, I think like there's a certain thing that the TV doesn't have in the sense that with YouTube and shit, you have to attract people. Like, if you go on TV, 100%. You're pretty much guaranteed, like, at least if you're on a main thing on, like, 7 p.m., 200,000 people are going to watch you.
Exactly.
Whereas with YouTube, you have to start at zero. You know?
It's harder that way.
Yeah, you have to, and if you're doing it regularly, you have to attract people.
Yeah, I suppose the trade-off is anyone can start, whereas on TV, to get that 7 p.m. start takes a long time sometimes.
Yeah.
More often than not, to actually build the contacts, build the networks, and then finally be given a chance on TV. Whereas I suppose, with the internet, anyone can film anything on a smartphone, put it on the internet. So
I think even porn has like a higher standard than YouTube. Like, if you're going to be a porn star, a porn sensation.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's that amateur tag though. Like, I never know how amateur that is though. I feel like that is.
I know. I think they're getting very good at filming amateur.
Like, make it look amateur, but I don't know if that's amateur, man. If it was amateur, there'd be more like awkward things happening in there, you know?
I feel like whenever I watch an amateur video, I turn into a detective trying to figure out if it's actually amateur. Like, I put on my fucking coat and I get out my magnifying glass and I'm trying to like see a light. I'm like, there's lighting there.
And why would you do it? Like, what incentive for a couple?
Exactly.
Other than maybe it gets them off being like, oh, all these people are jacking off to us. Like,
but you know what
incentive is it for you to like show your sex life?
Why would you do that?
I mean, unless they get paid, which I don't know if they do. But
no, because if you're a real amateur, you're just uploading.
Actually, the definition of amateur is you're not a professional. Therefore, you're just uploading it just for the fun of it. Maybe they just enjoy it. I feel like they'd have had to have taken so many takes. Like, they film themselves every night.
I feel like
they find the best one. Finally, they're like, yeah, we got it.
With anyone who really, like, if they're really an amateur and they're really, like, getting off to people watching it, it's always the grossest people with the fucked up fetishes. Like, it's like the only way.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it's always the grossest, fattest, ugliest people who have the weirdest fetishes. Like, you'll see them when they're in a sex store. You'll see, like, the old couple.
That's true.
And the wife the fat wife will look at her old ugly husband and think to herself, if I'm gonna get fucked by that, I want a blindfold and something to choke me the fuck out.
Oh man. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you've either got the people who are into the really crazy fetishes, they're either super gross and like the people you'd expect, or they're like these super wealthy businessmen who you just would not expect.
Yeah, Japanese business.
And then you're like, whoa, you're into that? Oh my god.
You know you could die, right?
That's why they love it.
That shit's dangerous. Yeah, that's fine. Or they're just like your average girl with no dad. Don't laugh, Neel. You'll be in the fucking news next.
He said it, not me.
So you're here in Melbourne because you're doing your Melbourne Comedy Festival show.
Yep, I am.
It's a new show called... What's it called?
It's called Neel Before Me.
That's very apt.
Thank you. I wanted to do that last year, but people were like, "Ooh, that's a bit bold. That's a bit risky."
It is a fucking... It's a big thing. Neel Before Me.
It is, isn't it? It really says a lot. It's like, yeah, you're gonna listen to me, and you're gonna love it.
So your show's just rape.
I'm dominant. Yeah, it's a comedic rape.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So what's like the show
my
about?
views onto them. Man, look, I deal with a lot of topics in my shows. I talk about race quite a bit. I talk about youth. A lot of my jokes are about being young today, what it's like to be young, my experiences being young. I talk about the media a lot. I do a lot of impressions, accents, things like that. But I like to intermingle those among like larger bits. This year, I'm also talking a lot about political correctness, and because I've done a few videos that have gone pretty well.
Yeah, because you did that big what was it called?
Modern Education.
Yeah, that was like a big kind of hit on the whole. You can't say that.
Yeah, man,
it went. Offended.
I was so happy with that because it went so well, and I think it was a really important thing to say. I mean, obviously, I got a lot of people who were like crazy religious conservatives who really enjoyed it as well, and I can sort of understand why, but I need to make clear that that's not the the fan base I was going for there.
Yeah, exactly. Like a whole bunch of people will... It's funny how people on the internet will see something that you're saying and then just turn it into what they think. Like, man, Neel, you're so correct. We can't let fags in school. Like,
I know.
I didn't say that.
I did not say that at all. I don't know how you got that.
Yeah.
It's all just polarizing on the internet now. It's two extremes, you know. It's the... Well, to use the political terms, I guess it's the far left versus the far right, and you got to be one of the two, you know. Otherwise, you're a crazy right wing bigot, or you're just like a social justice warrior noob, and you can't be in between. You know, you can't take everything with a grain of salt. And you can't have proper debate anymore.
You can't be like, oh, I believe in gay rights, but I also don't think women can get abortions. Like, if someone said that, you'd be like, what are you doing? Pick a side, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you gotta be one or the other now.
Yeah, I think it's because all of the moderate people just see the fucking psychos arguing, and you're like, I'm just not going to join in on that.
I know,
I'm just going to enjoy my video.
That's all you see on the internet. Just the comment section on any internet video that's remotely political, or any Facebook thread. It just is the bane of human existence. It's so bad. It's just like, wow.
It's kind of why
I've
because I do want to do like social justice warriors in Lou Review. Like there's a few people out there that I want to do videos on, but I also don't want to, like, I don't want to get, like, if I do a video and then 10 people go and stalk them and attack them and go, yeah, take that, faggot. Like, I don't want to
add fuel to the fire.
I don't want that to be my fault.
Yeah, because I know what you mean then, because there actually is a lot of all the stuff they talk about, it's all true, man. Like racism, discrimination, it all exists.
Yeah.
But the means they're going about it to prevent those things is terrible. I completely disagree with that kind of like authoritarian bullying, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much...
You can't say this, you can't say this, you can't say this.
I'm a victim, so I'm going to attack you. Yeah, you can't say these things. And like, people will go and talk at universities. Like, a conservative person will talk at a university and they'll protest it. Like,
they get booed off stage.
Let them say what they want to say.
That's just anti-democratic, you know. It's not... I do a bit about that in my show. I'm like, the idea of, the safe space.
So dumb.
It's terrible, man. It's because it's sort of... I have this view that, like, look, there are some terrible views out there, but, like, hiding from them is just going to exacerbate those views. It's just going to make those people angrier, and they're going to come out in droves and vote for Donald Trump. That's exactly what's happening, you know?
Exactly.
At the same time as well, this whole idea of a safe space, it's just it's
silly.
not real.
It's
not
blocking
real.
out conversation, and
it's hiding from the truth.
If you really like, if a racist person comes and talks and wants to talk about how one race is better than the other, and then you just go on your safe space, that person is not going to learn anything.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
if all of his opposition have run away, then all he's left with is all the people who agree with him.
Yeah.
So
exactly, man.
It shuts down, and it's the same thing with campaigning to get people fired. Do you know what I mean? Like
all that stuff. It's
like
so
a really
annoying.
old person
It's
will say something racist, of course, because that's what they grew up with. Like Bill Burr does a great bit on what did you think they thought.
Yeah, he's a redneck in a boat with a beer. It's so good.
Yeah, and it's so true. Like of course they think that. That's where they came from.
Exactly.
And the best way to talk to them instead of attack them. Otherwise, that belief will just be even like, oh, you know, fucking black people got me fired. Now I hate them. Now I have a real reason to hate them.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's this rhetoric that there's just like this, you know, it's worse today than it ever was before, that there's this systemic racism everywhere. There's all this rape culture. And look, all of that stuff, there is definitely sexism, there's definitely racism that exists, but we have come so
But to call
long.
it a rape culture is so
man, that's just such a, like, I get it I get that argument that, like, you know, a man can't, you know, it's harder for a man to understand, potentially. I sort of, I can sympathize with that in the same way, like, when white people comment too much about race, it's sort of like, do you really understand it? But at the same time, just that term is like, whoa. Like,
I know. Like you can
I don't know any guys that are like totally down to just go around and rape people. Like
like you can kind of be like, oh yeah, I understand that I'm not gonna fully understand, but on the same side, like, you know, hey women, you know, we don't want to rape you. Like you don't understand that part of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's not a thought. Rape isn't a thought that we have to suppress.
No one's
do you know what
celebrating
I mean?
rape.
Like, it comes up in our head, like, do that. That's a good idea. I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't, because like anyone who's gonna do that is
weird.
fucked.
It's a crazy. I just I don't know. I don't understand that term. I think the definition of rape is different for them, in the sense that rape is just, it's not necessarily just a forceful sexual act. It's in any way where a man sort of takes control and oppresses a woman, and that's considered rape.
Yeah, which I think is disrespectful to actual victims of.
Agreed, man. It's totally like
you know, to say, like, you know, if someone says, like, verbally says something inappropriate, and then you're like, that's a rape culture, and then like this real poor woman who's experienced the real thing is like, no, it's like, it's
totally,
not.
it totally just completely takes away the true how disgusting the actual, you know, act of rape really is, and that's something that it's a horrible, it's a disgraceful.
What a fucking bummer we're talking about.
I think to talk about that.
Because the big thing in Australia now with the PC thing is because I've had this thought the other day where Australia kind of has to almost has it worse than America with the PC thing, because we don't have.
There's no outlets in Australia, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't have the super hard right wing as well.
Yeah.
To balance out, like we definitely have the crazy left, but we don't have the super crazy right wing guys to come in and
we have
and
the
fight
crazy
them.
left. Yet I can see why the crazy left more exists in America, because the really right wing conservative Christians there are so right wing and so conservative.
And then America kind of balances itself out in the middle with those two, but we don't have the other side. So the way our thing is going, like a big thing at the moment is the Blackface thing. That's been in the news heaps. Of Briggs, this Australian Aboriginal artist, coming out and calling out just regular people who have worn blackface. What do you think of that?
Man, I can see historically how it was used as a very oppressive means to like, totally make fun of Aboriginal and African people. At the same time, to just say to put a blanket, no, it's not allowed, is a very again sort of authoritarian thing, which I disagree with. And for most instances, I can see why blackface is pretty offensive and shouldn't really happen. But I don't see an issue when, you know, even when Chris Lilly does it with Jonah and things like that. I think, you know, as soon as you start censoring art, it's going down a dangerous path. And I didn't think Jonah was that particularly funny. That show he did.
I think if you are dressing up as a black person, look at me, I'm a black person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's bad. I don't look at me, I'm this race. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's bad. But if you're dressing up as because, you know, Chris Lee dressed up as a character from Tonga, so he made himself look like someone who's from there, and you know what, he hired a whole bunch of Tongan people, actors, and he involved that community in his comedy. So I think that's a bit different.
100%. Yeah, you really got to take these things on a case-by-case basis, man.
That's what I think.
I just hate this culture of, like, finding someone on Twitter. Look, 5 years ago, they did a blackface at this party. Let's go and, like, berate them on Twitter. It's like, dude, like, oh my god. That's why there's this huge backlash against
like, I
PC
saw one
culture,
that I thought was a bit weird, where it was, I think it was the Australian women's netball team, where one player posted a photo from a private Instagram of her teammate, where she was dressed up as Kanye, and she was in blackface, and her friend was dressed up as Kim, and she was a tan and had all the makeup on. And she said, "How am I supposed to play with this person when she's doing all of this racist shit?" And then the woman who dressed up as Kanye came out and said, "I don't understand how my respect and tribute to Kanye has been interpreted as hatred of black people in general." Like I did this because like the party was people that you respect, and so she dressed up as Kanye.
Oh, right.
But she did put on the blackface.
But because of the blackface. Look, I think that, for me, that is fine if people want to dress up as Kanye, and then, you know, obviously he has dark skin, so you're going to darken yourself a little bit. I think it comes from this, historically, you know, 10, maybe much more than that, like 50, 100 years ago, it was very offensive. They'd dress up and, you know, do the blackface and be super, super condescending and patronizing, and there was also huge historical context. But today, that hasn't happened for a very long time. So the people today don't really have the memory of that real oppression. So they're just sort of saying, yeah, you can't do that. I don't really know why, but you can't do that. Like
it's this whole shutdown of conversation. Like I don't care about your point of view. It offends me, so you can't do it. And you know, obviously, I'm fucking you. Even like you're Indian, I'm white. Like even we're not like super into that in that realm of neither of us are black, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like we're kind of like you're almost
I'm
there.
a bit closer.
You're a bit closer. I'm like so far like straight white male going, nah, I don't give a fuck. Dress up as black people. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like coming so far away from that.
I know, and that's the thing. That's the thing. You can't. There's this idea that you can't really comment on the issue unless you're part of the oppressed class. So, for example, like we were talking about. Women and things like that before. There's this idea that like, oh look, two men thinking they know about women, what do they know, kind of thing. So I don't really agree with that. I think white people can comment about racial issues, and I think they need to understand. They need to understand they're never going to really. They're part of it. 100%. I mean? Like we're part of that whole thing. There needs to be that idea of empathy. That obviously I don't know what it's like to experience full racism, but for sure you guys can comment on it. Like that's silly to like shut down the debate like that. Yeah, it'd be like a white person comes in with a really good point. It'd be like, but look at your skin, mate. So you're wrong. That's exactly what that video was trying to show. And then that's the problem. As soon as you go against this sort of culture, you get branded as this like bigot. And, you guys are just take your views back to 1950, you racists. Yeah, like even when I did a video, when I've done videos on women, like I did this one video on a little review on this woman did like a guide to seduction. She did a TED talk on how to seduce people, and it was fucking ridiculous. It was so funny how she was saying the power of seduction in everyday life, and she was talking about using it in the workplace, and I was just going, that's sexual morality. You can't use it in the fucking workplace. Like, you can't use seduction and basically I just trashed and called her an idiot, and a whole bunch of people were like, oh, so you're saying that women can never be sexy and you're trying to oppress women and you hate women being empowered. I'm like, no, I'm just saying this particular woman is a fucking idiot. Yeah. Oh man, that's so I think they're still a minority. There's this idea that like they're taking over the world and things like that. Those crazy
they're
social
just a
justice
really,
warriors
really loud minority.
But exactly. They're the loudest. They're the most vocal, and they just are, in my opinion, for the most part, wrong.
I think so. And
they're too emotional.
They're
in their
given
thinking.
a pass because their intentions aren't good.
Yeah, of course, I agree. Yeah,
part.
100%. Yeah, we want to rid ourselves of sexism, racism, discrimination.
Yeah, like the super hardcore left people are given a platform because their intentions aren't good, whereas the super hardcore right people, who would be the opposite of that, would be the racists and the homophobes, are not, because obviously that's bad. But
exactly,
they're not as fucking bad, but they kind of have the same level of ridiculous. I'm correct and you're wrong, and I'm not going to listen to anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're just as bad. The extreme left and the extreme right are honestly half the time just as bad as each other.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan was saying something pretty interesting. I heard a podcast about that. He was doing these jokes. Like when Caitlyn Jenner came out as a woman, you couldn't say anything. You couldn't even be like, oh, I miss Bruce. Yeah, you couldn't say anything at all. And then he had this good thing of like, well, Caitlyn Jenner's just a terrible person. It's got nothing to do with me being transphobic. She's run someone over. She totally only cares about herself. Yeah. She's got no substance. She's a cunt. She has no proper views, and she's a cunt. It's got nothing to do with being transphobic. She, as a person, is just a fucking idiot. And like
that's a quality for you.
Apparently, you're transphobic.
Judging her as a person, she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and there are many people from like minorities that are just bad people.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of Indians that are like terrible people, but if someone's like, I don't like that guy, I'm not gonna go, oh, you hate Indians.
Yeah, I mean, you can't escape criticism just because you're a minority. Like, you can't just like, just because you cut your dick off doesn't mean you're not still a cunt.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Yeah. So we talked about that for fucking ages. That was just a wild loop.
I love talking about that stuff.
Yeah, it's good, man. Like it's all that shit is.
It's all relevant. Yeah.
What is really interesting is how, because especially in Australia, with the online people who are doing online comedy and have online followings who are also doing stand up, there's only like 5 of us. Really, like I had that thought the other day. I'm like, fuck, we're kind of like the first people who are with online followings who are also pursuing legitimate stand up comedy, as opposed to having a following and then doing a live show where they go, I love my fans, and doing meeting groups.
Oh god, I've seen a few of those. They're so cringeworthy.
Yeah, because you went to one of those video things.
I love my fans. I want you to all know. Thank you so much for coming out. This is so amazing. Oh my god, I want to meet all of you.
Thanks for spending $70 for me to take a selfie with the crowd.
Oh, I'd be so angry if I was a viewer.
Yeah. Because it's cool. Interesting. Like I can't think of too many. Even in America, I can't think of too many new guys with online followings who are pursuing stand-up comedy as like a serious art form.
Yeah.
Because I feel like true, me, Frenchie, who else is doing? Elliot Loney. Oh yeah, Alex Williamson.
Hell yeah. Josh Wade does a little bit.
Yeah, Josh Wade. We're like the only kind of people who are doing both very seriously. Auntie Donna is another one.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because like, there's not a lot of outlets otherwise, because the TV and radio world haven't really caught on to how big our fan bases are, so they haven't really been willing to put us on TV yet. So I guess we can do shows, and that's how we make our money. And a lot of our stuff, because we're comedians and we do deal with some pretty controversial and polarizing topics, so brands and things like that are less likely to advertise. You know how makeup girls make so much money.
It's insane.
Here's my lipstick, and then everyone.
Because really, is there really such thing as a bad lipstick that unless you buy really cheap shit, like you can kind of call anything good. That's like in the makeup industry,
they just like
I've just got like 100 girls going, "You're a fucking idiot. Do you know how hard makeup is?"
Probably, yeah. What do we know?
Yeah, don't know anything about it. But yeah, it's interesting. Do you? Because I consider I almost put more effort into my life stuff. Are you kind of like both, or do you see yourself more?
I put a lot of effort into both, man. I always saw myself as a stand-up comedian and an actor, never as a YouTuber. I just used YouTube as a medium to get myself out there, and I just wanted to build a following that way, which I did. And then now at the point where I want to make more professional content, which I have been doing, short films, web series, etc.
Yeah, because you've kind of slowed down on releasing content, but what you do put out has a much higher production value and effort put into it.
Yeah, 100%. I've been trying to do that a lot. Because I've gone with quality over quantity for now.
How do you think that's changed, like with your audience? Kind of, do you think that works better for you? Because I feel like you would, as a stand-up comedian who also does online stuff, you would rather people be fans of you, like the person, rather than, oh, that was a funny video.
Absolutely.
Because when they're more invested in you personally,
100%,
they'll come to a show and they'll want to hear what you have to say on stage.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Agreed with that 100%. And that's why I had to get out of that mode of just being known as, the crazy guy in his bedroom, which I like to think I have. I haven't done those sorts of videos for a long time, and I've really tried to diversify my content. And at first, people were a bit disenfranchised. That go back to your old stuff. Your older stuff was
people just hate change though, don't they? Like even when I started doing Lou Review, like it was what I was always doing, like online with Face Beef and stuff. It's just with a higher production quality, and I'm doing it in front of a camera instead of just writing it and with a screen cap. It's the same kind of shit, just
100%,
better, I think. But a whole bunch of people are like, oh, you've changed, you're selling out. I'm like, no, I'm just doing what I really want to do.
Yeah. No, I know, right? And look, the true fans will stay. Yeah. And you'll get new fans, and even the old fans, they'll still know you and like you for your older stuff. So, yeah, like I was saying before, my fan base, I think it's changed a little bit over the last 2 or 3 years. But for the most part, I think I still have those original fans. And I'm still going well, man. Definitely, like if you look at my that video, for example, Modern Education compared to my earlier ones, the difference is like insane. Like the themes and everything.
How shit are like all of your first videos?
Like man, you look back and you just cringe. You're like, what, really? Yeah. Oh man.
Because sometimes people ask me for advice, and I try not to give out too much advice because I get the question all the time. But like people are like, oh, how do you get good? And I said, bro, watch my first video. Like it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I always give people the advice of you have to be okay with knowing that you're going to fucking suck. Because it's like anything, YouTube, anything.
I so agree with that, man. That's what I always tell people as well. Like, what's your advice? I'm like, go to big YouTubers, go to the videos, click on first uploaded, and watch their progression and see which are the ones that got them big. And then you look at that for a lot of YouTubers, and you start to see a bit of a pattern as to what was their niche that started getting them a following. And I say that all the time. Go and don't look at the big YouTubers' most recent videos.
Yeah, no, because you can't do that if you're just starting out. Like it's a skill, you wouldn't walk into the gym and pick up like 100 kilos because you can't yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a skill that you learn, and even down to learning how a camera works, and even being able to afford a good camera. Like if you don't do that, you should just be okay with being fucking shit at the start. No one's gonna watch it.
And that's the beauty of it. No one's actually going to see it at the start, other than maybe a few friends to begin with. Yeah. There's some rare instances of people like posting a video and immediately getting huge, but for the most part, you look at all the YouTubers who have a bit more substance to what they do, who aren't just like there because they're
hey guys,
or,
in my bedroom again, 365 a day.
Exactly. So the ones that have a bit more thought behind what they do, I guarantee you, there's at least 10 to 100 videos before they started getting, big numbers.
Just shithouse ones. Yeah, it's
exactly.
funny.
And it's really funny, man. Jimmy Tatro is really interesting if you see some of his early ones.
I've never heard of him.
Oh, man. Oh, you don't know Jimmy Tatro? Life According to Jimmy? He's been in movies and things like that in America. Oh, dude, he's killing it. He's been in Grown Ups 2.
Really?
He's been in, he was in that 22 Jump Street. He's actually one that's actually
Hollywood seems to be like,
into
acting. This kind of works.
Yeah,
like that one guy from Lonely Island, Andy Samberg. He's a legitimate fucking huge movie star.
He's a big star now. Yeah. So that it has been done. But this guy Jimmy Tatro, he's great. Look him up. He's really funny. He did a lot of sketches. Great production value. Great writing. But if you look at his early videos, it's really funny to see the progression. You look at even just some of the Australian guys, like some of Alex's first videos.
Yeah.
So if you really look at some of my really early videos, they're really different.
Well, you started when you were really young as well.
Yeah, there's one where I look really young in there, and then there's just a lot of sketches that just didn't have the... I thought they were funny in that, but they just didn't have the...
Oh, of course you did when you made them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you made, of course, like anything you put up, you think it's funny. But...
Yeah, they just didn't have that extra little thing that's going to make them go viral. Because at the beginning, it's not about just creating good content. It's about creating viral content and getting stuff that's going to go out there. And then once you build a fan base, you don't need to go viral all the time again.
Yeah, you just need to put out something that your fans will like.
Yeah,
like,
grow. Yeah.
Now with Lure Review, I just be like, I'm going to put out something once every week, and then I'm going to do like a really high production value thing, like my my fucking social experiment thing, parody.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that once a month, one of those bigger videos. And I think that's
great. That's a really good idea, man.
Yeah, because people seem to be really getting around Lure Review and that. Like, it's a thing that they look forward to.
Oh, it's great, man.
Every week, which is sick. Like,
so good.
It's kind of what
it's great, man. I've been watching them as well. They're so funny. You obviously do your research very well, man. They're really entertaining, and that's good that there's someone out there calling out YouTubers for all the shit they do, man.
Yeah, because it's so easy to exploit fans.
Oh man,
because there's nobody who's like, oh, you probably shouldn't do that. Like if you want, oh, I could make a lot of money if I just did this.
Yeah.
You know, like it's really easy to do that.
Exactly, 100%, man. Yeah. I like the one you did on the. We can talk about that. The Jalals, the drive-by.
Yeah, the Jalals. Yeah.
Bombing prank. What did you think of that? Did you?
You know, pretty much what I said in the video. I thought the pranks were pretty fucking shit, and I think it's pretty shit. I think it's pretty shit that they were all fake, but they should definitely be allowed to do it if it's fake. Because the whole thing was they came out, they did those bomb pranks, and they said that they were real and there were no actors, and then so that's, you know, of course that's illegal. You know, scaring the shit out of people and like that is really fake. Bad. Like they put bags over people's heads at ATMs.
Yeah,
and said that was real. And if that's real, then yeah, arrest those cunts. But after they were arrested, they provided video evidence that it was fake.
Yeah.
But the police still went ahead with charges. And I think that's ridiculous. That's like arresting someone for making a violent movie.
I know, yeah, I agree with that, man. It's just, if it's fake, man, you should be allowed to do it. What's their reason for them being arrested? Like, because what are they...
because they said they were real, you know, like they were doing. If it was real, that's illegal. You know, they were hurting people and scaring people.
Yeah.
In the videos.
So then is that the same charge? Is it like?
The charge, I can't remember.
Because then if they found out it's fake, you can't really say, oh, you were hurting and scaring. Unless somehow it's like
I can't remember what they were charged with, but it was a real crime that made sense if the videos were real.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty interesting. I think I had seen that prank before. I don't think they were the first ones to do that. I'd seen some other...
Yeah, Vitaly did it. Okay. He dressed up in a suit, and he would put a bag on the floor, and then he'd be like the bomb's in position or something on the phone, and then people would just run away. And he got arrested for that as well.
Yeah, right.
Because I think his first couple were real, and then he got arrested, and he's like, oh, fuck, better fake the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah. They all the pranksters, half of them all fake it now.
It's just easy. Like, why wouldn't you fake it?
Yeah.
Like, you get like if you I want this reaction, just fake it.
And the hood ones are all look pretty fake to me.
Really, I think the hood ones are the ones that are actually real because they seem to actually get punched.
But that's so like.
I don't think an actor
like that's actually scary. If they're real, I actually have to give them props. Like, wow. Well
but I
done.
don't think an actor would actually hit someone. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're just an actor that they've got off on Craigslist and you're like, look, I want you to literally hit me.
There's been videos where like grade A under A has like slowed it down and shown he doesn't actually hit him. You know, he sort of hits him like that, and because the camera's a bit far away and shaky.
Yeah,
it's always,
I haven't fully looked at them properly.
Yeah,
they're getting so good at faking them, man. Like,
yeah, they really know now.
And that's such a shame because it's killing pranks.
Yeah. I mean, they've gone way too far.
Because there used to be some really good people out there, but you know, kind of everything's been done. Once they figured out that pranks were like a formula to almost guarantee lots of views.
Yeah, it's people just become like, so formulaic, man.
We'll just fake it. Yeah.
It's like any good art, I guess. Like it always ends up becoming like a corporate formula, and then
that's what McDonald's did. Fuck, people like burgers.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's make fake burgers
as cheap as possible.
Yeah. All right, so I was thinking that we'll get to the miscellaneous bit at the end, which is the fucking worst part of the podcast.
Miscellaneous bit at the end. Is it like the Nothing Inc. one?
Yeah,
people just would rather kill themselves?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. See? So we're in an apartment. Do you want to jump out the window?
Oh, yeah, we're 18 floors up. Yeah. I would probably, I was going to, as soon as he told me, we're going to do miscellaneous bit at the end, I ran out, but he grabbed me, and I'm actually tied to the lounge right now. I had
to force him to do it because I'm kind of addicted to it now. The self-harm, like the rush of how much it hurts.
I can't do miscellaneous. You're gonna have to look after me after this podcast is done. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna want to self-harm after this.
Neil might have to cancel his show. He'll come on there with his cut wrist, be like, "I do miscellaneous bit at the end."
Can't believe I went slow.
So Miss Bit is where we answer life advice questions from people who send in emails. If you want me to answer one, send in an email to contact@loosespears.com and I'll give you some advice that might work, and I'll probably also hurt your feelings in the process.
Hey.
So, alright, so here's the first one. Hi, my name is Jack. I'm 15 and live near Adelaide. I'm at the age where all of my friends have started getting into serious relationships. No, you're not. You're 15. Serious? Who gets into a serious relationship at 15, man. Jack?
I guess serious in his mind is like...
They held hands.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know, man. 15, man. People were losing their virginity and that at 15 in my school.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't either. Comedians weren't. That's why we're comedians, but...
I didn't until I was 18.
I was 19.
Really? We were both late.
I was late, man.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I lost it like the week after Australian 2 Minutes came out.
Oh, really?
A girl recognised me. I was like, oh, thank God for that.
Oh, wow. So you needed that. I needed that. I got in just before I started getting big.
Dude, I had never slept with a girl who hadn't recognised me. And I was like, oh, do these girls actually like me? Until like last year, finally. In the UK, so no one really knows me.
That's the UK. That'd be good.
Yes.
Because I've always wondered that about celebrities.
Actually like me for me.
Yeah, I know. That's good. Yeah, fuck. I haven't thought about that. Like that'd be if you had never done it with not a fan. Like that'd be something that'd always be in the back of your mind.
I was in that position until finally,
well done. You lost your real virginity.
Yeah, I finally lost it at 21.
That's funny. The first girl I had sex with was 5'1".
Oh man.
Yeah.
How did that work?
It didn't. Because I met her online.
Okay.
And she wasn't a fan. This was before I started doing online stuff. I met her online through this weird it was like called meetme.com. It was like this weird alternative Facebook.
Oh man.
I think it's called My Yearbook.
Was she really seen?
Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
She was super seen, and then I met her at a hotel. I told my mum I was going over for a sleepover. Like, we organised we were going to have sex.
Was she a virgin as well?
No.
Oh, really?
And we went up to the hotel.
Did you tell her you were a virgin?
Okay, so we went up to the hotel, and then we started getting into it, and I obviously had no fucking idea what I was doing.
Right.
And also, she was half my height. Like, she bent over the bed, and I was on my knees, and my dick was too high above her. Like, it didn't work. Do you know what I mean?
That is so funny. I feel like you would have just had to lie down, and she would just have to go on top.
Yeah, and then she asked me, like, are you a virgin?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Knew. I said no.
Yeah, I know. I did that as well.
Yeah, I was like no, and then I don't know, and she must have just thought, oh, okay, he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know. It's actually probably better to just say yes in hindsight, because the same thing happened with me.
Yeah, that's what I think. You probably should.
She was like, "Are you a virgin?" I was like, "Oh no," and then I just came in like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and then like a year later, I was like, "Oh, by the way, I was a virgin," and she's like, "Oh, that's really cute," and she was like, "Yeah, I could tell." I was like, "Oh, geez."
They fucking know. That's so funny. Yeah, because mine, I just went for way too long because I just didn't know what I was doing, and our bodies just didn't work.
Oh, dude, I was the opposite. It was my first time. I was like, "Oh shit," and I just came so quickly.
No, because I thought of that happening. I'm like, I'm gonna have 3 wanks.
That's a good idea.
And that's the trick.
Good idea.
And then anyway, the morning after, she ended up just getting on the train, said goodbye, and never spoken to her again. Ever. It's so stuff.
That's hilarious.
Poor girl.
Anyway, this guy.
We're halfway through. Okay.
So he probably means just like long-term relationships. So what's
seriously?
What's
okay.
his question?
I can't get a girl to talk to me for longer than a few minutes, let alone date me. I'm quite a nerd. I have glasses and more than a few issues with making friends. So he's one of my fans. I would love it if you read this on Misbit at the end because I really need your help. Also, it would be great if you gave my friend Aiden a shout out for buying me and my friends Ben and Sean tickets to your show in Adelaide. Yeah, Jack, I'll see you there. He's probably going to want to fucking punch me. I'll have to talk shit about him. So basically, you said like he has kind of social issues and he wants a girlfriend.
Read the Game, man. That book spoke to me.
That's a good book.
Yeah, read the Game. And
the book is called The Game. That's a really good book. And don't make it your life philosophy.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much. But just practice, man. Just talk to some of the girls in your class.
It's a skill.
Get better at it. You know.
Talking to girls is something that you can learn. Talking to anybody is something you can learn. Like I don't know. I don't get why the whole thing of talking to girls is something that you can learn. Is seems like such a mean thing. Like, what do you think that where there's a method to get girls? It's like, no, it's just, if you talk to someone...
It's teaching confidence, essentially.
Yeah. Confidence is something that you learn. And you're 15, you know? I had no fucking confidence when I was 15.
Dude, same, yeah. Don't worry about it,
You're normal. Like, if you're a fucking weird dude who can't make friends when you're 15, that's very normal, man. Like, the people who are slaying it with the 15-year-old pussy, like, they're gonna... You watch, give them a few years, you're gonna be doing better than them because you've gone through the struggle.
Yeah, exactly. We better ourselves.
You fought to get where you are.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah. So, I don't know. You're not normal. Just practice talking to girls. You know what I did one time? One day I went to, like, a shopping centre by myself, and I was like... Because I just read all of this material on how to talk to girls and hit on girls and get their number, and I was like, I'm gonna talk to 3 girls that I've never met before.
That's
and
a good
I went
idea. Yeah.
and I did it. I said hello. I didn't get anyone's number, but like the confidence that it gave me was great. I'm like, oh fuck, I did that, and they didn't think I was a creep. They didn't want it. They didn't hate me. I didn't get anyone's number, but like nothing bad happened. Because that's what you need to learn. If you get rejected, it's not... It's just... They just not into you.
Don't think about... just talk to them for the sake of talking to them. Don't talk to them in order to try
I didn't go in with the intention of, I'm going to get another girl to fuck me that I met at the shopping centre.
They can sense that, man. Girls have a really serious, like... intuition. Their intuition is crazy.
They're people, man. Just treat them like another human. They're not like a big scary thing. Believe it or not, women are human.
Don't perpetuate rape culture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking Jack. What a bad question. I
got one last thing to say.
Yeah.
This is a bit out there, but if you watch porn, stop watching porn.
Yeah.
And don't masturbate too much, because if you're really horny, it'll motivate you to talk to girls.
Yeah.
It's so true. It actually does. Like,
you know what it is? It's like when you don't eat for a while, your food tastes better.
Exactly.
And you want to eat more.
Yeah. It'll motivate you, man. I'm telling you. Like, if it's been like a week, you're like, oh god, I'm gonna talk to a girl. You'll do.
Yeah, you'll do. Yeah, it's like, when you go in the city and you've only got $10, you've been there all day and you start to get really hungry. But it's like, I don't want to spend my $10. You'll spend it because you're so hungry.
Exactly.
It's like, so you just
supply and demand.
Try no fap. Give yourself 2 weeks of don't touch your dick for 2 weeks. Clean it, but don't play with it. So that's your advice, Jack.
Yeah.
Go and talk to girls. They're fucking people. Don't freak out. All right, so this is a really good one. I like this one. G'day Lewis, love the series you've got going on. Gives me something to listen to when I'm at work. Sick. Anyway, I need some relationship advice, because that's the most original thing ever. So for a little bit of context, I started talking to a girl about August of last year. I didn't pursue anything really. We just talked and became good friends, although I liked her. It was until December when things escalated, as she invited me to a gathering where we got drunk and I accidentally admitted that I liked her to her face. I left the gathering to avoid embarrassment and go to see the new Star Wars, completely smashed. Cool.
Just that bit of extra information.
Yeah, completely useless. Since then, we got closer and now we're dating. Good on you, man. However, there's some pretty bad problems with us and I don't know what I should do. Within the start of this... I shouldn't laugh. Within the start of this year, she has gone to 2 parties that I know of where she has gone and made out and done possibly worse things with an undetermined amount of people just for fun. That is a pretty bad problem.
Dump her. Get rid of her.
Get rid of her.
Fuck her off. We don't even need to read the rest, man. That's just not cool.
Yeah, she cheated. It's not pretty bad problem. She cheated on you and disrespected you.
Don't let her do that.
She's
I don't care
whore.
how good you think she is, man. Just get rid of her.
Yeah, fuck her off, mate. Okay. Okay.
What is the rest?
She has also probably picked up a drug problem, as she said to me she wanted to start doing LSD. Yeah, if she wants to start doing LSD, she's done a whole bunch of other shit before.
Yeah, wow.
Get rid of her, man. I've also been told that she used the Whisper app to go meet someone she didn't even know to fuck them. Dude, this girl's not your girlfriend. What? She's just slutting you around and holding your hand and leading you around. This has been partially confirmed as her friend told me this, and she told me a bit too, saying she did it and stole $50 from the guy when he fell asleep and she left.
This girl needs help.
So she's like,
Call
she's
a psychologist
a prostitute
for this girl.
We haven't been dating for long. You haven't been dating at all. I'm sorry to tell you, man. You haven't been dating at all. And I'm kind of in a rock and a hard place. I don't know what I should do because outside of this chick, I have no one. Bit sad. Yet, on the other hand, I'm being lied to. I want to fix things, and so does she, apparently. But as of now, nothing is happening. Send help.
I think she's beyond fixing.
There's nothing to fix, man.
Yeah, dude, that's too much,
sounds
man.
like it wasn't there to start with.
Yeah. Look, it's sad that, he says he's got no one, but no one is better than that.
Yeah,
being
definitely,
fucked
man.
around like that.
Go to
have
the
some
gym.
self-respect, man. Yeah, like...
Yeah. You're
better than being treated like that. What the hell?
Yeah,
this is like we're like
yeah.
being girls now. You're better than him. All right.
I know.
Don't let him treat you that way.
But it's true though. You're being like supremely disrespected by this girl.
Yeah, man.
And she wants to fix things, but she's going out and fucking strangers and stealing money from them. Bro, she's not a human. Get rid of that.
Yeah, dude.
She's obviously causing you mental distress if you're fucking listening to Miscellaneous Bit at the end.
Oh man.
Like that's almost as bad as this. I think it's a no-brainer, man. You need to get rid of her. Like find a hobby, do a thing.
Yeah, man.
Go to gym.
Totally agreed.
You should go to the gym and start working out. Look after yourself. It'll do wonders for your self-confidence. You'll find somebody else.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, fuck that off, man. You don't need that. That's a no-brainer. You reckon?
Yeah.
Get rid of her. Fuck her
100%.
off. And then, she might come back and you get like a wristy.
Exactly. When you don't want them, they want you. So.
Yeah, get rid of her, man. You don't need that. Don't do that to yourself. And with that, we will conclude Miscellaneous Bit at the end and the end of
thank God.
Spearhead Sundays. You alright?
I think I'm gonna jump.
Yeah, I'll join you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That was I have cancer now.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Well, Neel was going to plug some upcoming shows, but I think they're probably going to be cancelled because
I can't do it now.
we'll be dead.
I'm retiring. I'm going to kill myself.
Alright, well, we're going to go end it all, guys. Probably won't be any podcast next week, so don't subscribe, don't support me on Patreon or do any of that shit. And I won't see you next week. Thanks for coming on, Neel.
Dude, I had a great time. Thank you very much for having me.
Did GarageBand just crash? No, it didn't. Okay, pop-ups. Watching too much porn. And we'll leave it there, guys. Have a shit one.